Hello, what's going on? It's me. I'm back, Brian Bauer, with another interview. And today, well, we got the first person ever from South America on here. And he's particularly from Brazil. And we've come to Brazil at this point. It's like we've finally followed the YouTube comments. We are here with Raphael Olmos. I hope I said it right.
Yeah, perfect.
Dude, how's it going?
I'm great, man.
Just pretending we didn't talk for the last little bit with technical difficulties, but
yeah,
it all works now. What are you doing today, man? How's the weather?
Yeah, today is a sunny day here. First of all, thanks for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be here on your channel and talk with you. Yeah. Really great. Really happy to be here.
Yeah, man. Well, thanks for coming over here too. This is really cool for me as well. So for me, doing these kind of videos is a way to actually collaborate with everybody and actually sit down and talk. Most of us don't sit down and talk when we're on the internet. I don't know if you noticed that. How many people do you know online that you've just messaged like on Instagram but never actually talked to them?
Many people.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, this one came up because the last podcast that went quite well for me, I thought went well with Daryl V, and we were talking about you, and we're like, man, we should just say we're talking shit about him. And then we're like, hey, we're talking shit about you, and just send it to him. But we were really talking nice things. But
I saw.
But I'm just, you gotta come across as kind of a jerk, and then be like, no, we're not actually doing anything bad. So man, it's so sunny day down in Brazil. It's probably brutally hot. And
no today, because we are entering our winter time.
That's right, so, Southern Hemisphere. Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
Well, it's summertime here.
Yes, I know that. Maybe next week we have 6 Celsius, so 6 degrees.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I don't know what it is right now, but according to my phone, here we are. It's this like, hey, it's this instead about music, we're now the weather network, international weather around the world. It's 28 degrees where I live in Nova Scotia, and it's quite humid. I got my AC and stuff on there, though it just blew liquid at me. So great. That sounded terrible. All right, dude. Anyway, it's like time to actually move on from the weather and talk about, well, that thing that we're all here on YouTube doing, which is, music and guitars and all that stuff. So for those of you who don't know, Raphael is now these days on YouTube. I don't know if you do live streaming or anything like that.
I make live streaming on my Instagram, and also I have a interview channel only in Portuguese yet.
Wow.
About guitars and music live. So we talk about with guitarists, drummers, bassists, journalists, roadies. So I'm one of the hosters there.
Oh, that's super cool, man. Unfortunately, I won't understand it if I watch it. But for anybody that understands Portuguese, so the South American crowd, or I guess the Portuguese crowd in Portugal would understand it. So if you're one of those people, go check it out. But that's totally cool. But yeah, you're on Instagram and all stuff. But mainly you are in a band called Kamala.
Yes.
And they're a thrash band, and you've done some of your own solo stuff as well.
And now because of the pandemic, I have the idea to release my first solo work ever. Because a lot of gigs on Kamala was postponed, even our European tour. So I have this idea because I'm really addicted to writing riffs. So I made a lot of Sunday with Ola riff challenge.
Yes.
And on December I have this idea. Maybe I could make just 4 or 5 songs and release it, because I don't think that I will have gigs soon. So I have this idea and really like it, and the people like it too. It's called Make Riff Not More. It's available on all streaming platforms. So it
is. I've checked out Make Riffs Not War too a while back when I don't remember when I listened to it, but it was a little while back. I'm like, oh yeah, Raphael made this thing. I just put it on in the background, listened to it with my speakers and stuff here too. So yeah, a little bit how me and Raphael had met. So it was through, and I don't know how to say his name. He is in Canada, but it was a guy named Oswaldo, and he did solar guitar jams. People who own solars. Remember him? It was last summer. We did that. He had the solar jam, and I remember he did one. I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like, oh, I'd love to do this. He goes, I sent you a message before. I'm like, it ended up buried in requests, and I never saw it. I was like, oh, I'm like, oh, right on. So I did the second one. You were in that, and then you messaged me. And we did a cover of, you do Solar Brothers videos.
Yes,
and we did Symphony of Destruction, which I never want to cover again. That solo was like a living hell for me. I could not. I actually sat down one night trying to play that, and I was like, I couldn't get a live take. And then like a few weeks later, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do it. And I did it in one. I did a couple punch-ins just to fix the few things I did wrong. It's like, all right, I know this sucked, and all the Marty Freeman fans will want to stab me, but I'm done. We did it.
But it's true. For Solar Brothers, I really like to keep the organic feeling.
Yeah.
Like it's like you and me in the same room, enjoying music and playing guitar. So don't need to be perfect, but our heart needs to be there. So
it's all about having fun, and that's I think maybe some days, the days of the internet now, everybody's like, no, I need to edit this, and I need to time align this, and I need to do that. I don't time align like anything. I mean, drums are gonna be great if I program them. That's just life. But and saying that, I'm like, whatever. If it's like off by this microsecond, I'm not fixing it. And it's about having fun. And that's the thing.
Yes. First of all,
which is really cool.
Even for my cover that I release alone, or for the Run to the Hills series on my Instagram, it's all organic. So I like to hear the scratchy and know that people that want to see me will see the truth. So it's really, really important on these days that everyone make a edition and cut here. And so if it really is some official video, okay, it's another thing.
That's
but
another thing.
For covers, first of all, I wanted to connect to myself when I was younger and just play music and learn the songs that I liked. So I prefer to keep this.
Yeah, that's a thing. I think when you and me are, well, I don't want to age us too much. We're not old guys by any stretch, but when we were younger, social media was not a thing when we played guitar.
Not at all.
There was no Facebook likes. And the good thing about it is that we've met each other. The sad thing about it is that now we're trying to do all these other things. But at that time, it was just about learning the songs. Playing guitar. And now it's a whole other ball game. I think it comes obviously with its benefits. Like here I am with instead of playing guitar, it all led to me sitting here talking to you about playing guitars and all that stuff. But yeah, you have the Instagram. It's been going really awesome for you, which is awesome. You got about like 9,000 followers on there.
10,000.2.
10,000.2. So it's quite a bit. You post every day. I do not. I find it hard to grow, and you did an amazing job. So that's a feat.
Oh, thank you.
That's very successful. To be able to do that. I mean, heavy metal's a niche. It's the thing. It's definitely
thanks a lot.
But speaking of back to our younger days and all that stuff, what got you started playing guitar?
I started to play when I was 13 years old because I have an older brother that play bass, wanted to play bass. And he said to me, why you don't learn to play guitar and play with me? I said, bro, I don't want you to play music. I just like to listen and enjoy music. And once my my father's give to me a Washburn Lion series.
Okay, I don't know that.
Yeah, it's very, very old. And almost 1 year without playing any songs. 1 year, step by. So after that, I love Metallica, and I watched the A Year and a Half Part 1 and Part 2, the VHS.
Yeah.
That is the recording of Black Album and the touring.
Yep.
And after that, oof, I want this for my life. I want to make this for a living, and I start to try to learn something, but almost 2 years by myself. And after that, I got a teacher. So I start to have a guitar class when I was 15 years old. And when I was 18, I start to give guitar classes because I study a lot, maybe at least 3 or 4 hours per day. On the weekends, 6, 7 hours cut. So with 18 years old, I start to teach people music, and so I never had other job in my life. It's only music.
Oh wow!
So I had a lot of cover bands in my city. I record to this day for other people. I teach guitar, acoustic guitar, bass guitar, vocals, and ukulele. The writing process. I have Kamala, and now I have my solo career. I work with brands that I love. So I sleep and wake up with music. So I'm
that is
lucky
really,
guy.
That's you definitely are a lucky guy. You get to do a lot of stuff. It's like a guy like me that does not happen. I mean, I work my regular job, and then
yes.
and you do all your other stuff, and always busy doing things. So it's really awesome that you do music. So you said one of your influences was Metallica, and now when do you remember when you first heard Metallica?
Yes. I was 10 or 11 years old. Right. I picked the Black Album, and at the same day I just because of the cover art.
Yeah.
Totally black, and I got a Black Album and a live album by Nirvana. I don't remember the name, but it's some orange and yellow color in the.
I don't remember.
I don't remember the title, but when I listened the Black Album, totally blew my mind. And after that, Metallica was the heaviest band that I liked, and my brother took the Greatest Southern Trendkill by Pantera and he really hates, and I as a younger brother, I say, if you hate, let me check it. And that scream and open notes, because of that album, I like and love heavy music. That album was a turning point for me, because before that, only Metallica is the heaviest things. I listen a lot of Iron Maiden, Halloween, Angra, Stratovarius. So I'm more of classic or melodic metal. So because of Pantera, and I love Dime as well. So especially that album changed my life. And after that, I love it. Sepultura as it's impossible be Brazilian, not lot. Cannibal Corpse,
nice,
Soulfly, a lot of brutal stuff, Fear Factory. So was that I believe that this two album was the turning point, Black Album and the Great Southern Trendkill.
I was surprised because although it's the same probably with everybody. But I was like, when I hear you play, like, man, you're in like, you know, the riffy stuff, and I'm like, yeah, Pantera, Metallica.
Yeah.
It makes sense. You're like, yeah, but I listen to Halloween, I listen to Stratovarius, and I'm trying to think. My brain is falling apart on me here. That you mentioned I was that Brazilian power metal band. I cannot think of it. Angra, thank you. Angra, they did like Heroes of Sand and those songs. I was like, man, I love that kind of music, man. Like power metal.
Holy Land album.
Yes.
Holy Land is amazing.
Yeah, that's
One
really
of my
cool.
favorites.
But like, you never really struck me as a power metal guy, but you definitely like some of it.
Yeah, yes. So, if my heart was connected, I like. I don't like it because of the metal style. It's all music for me.
Yeah, I mean, I just say if it sounds good, it sounds good. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So, if those are your musical influences more like then, what would you say? Like, what are you listening to now?
Oh, for sure, Gojira.
Nice.
Gojira. Yeah. Now these days, they are not new bands, but Gojira and Ginger.
Oh yeah, Ginger. Okay, I only like one Ginger song. I'll just admit that now. But
I love both. Really, live. They are both bands. They are impressive to watch the shows. Gojira I saw twice, and Ginger once. And next year I will watch Ginger again. They will come to Brazil in May.
Nice.
So second time to watch them. It's amazing. It's really great band.
So do you get a lot of bigger shows that come to Sao Paulo? Yes, you're close to Sao Paulo. You're not quite in it, but So it's really not that far for you to travel to go see those kind of bands. What would you say is the biggest show you ever saw there?
Biggest about the crowd, or
like biggest?
Maybe Metallica in São Paulo at Morumbi Stadium. That is my Brazilian team. That's soccer team.
Nice.
Almost 60,000 people or 70,000 people.
Wow, that's crazy.
And they made two nights.
Oh,
that's totally sold out.
Did you go to both or just one?
Yeah, now both.
Oh, nice.
I watched Metallica 4 or 5 times already.
You're lucky.
But
the biggest show for me that I've ever been to was Metallica as well. For a crowd, but I was thinking it was worked out to be 29,000 people where I live.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we got smaller population in the province I live, and that was 10 years ago. That show was crazy though. It was cool. It was a Death Magnetic tour.
Oh,
and it was them, Seether, Coheed, and Cambria. Protest the Hero. Do you know Protest the Hero?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
They opened for them.
Sick.
They had a local band, which were good, and they had another one, which I think it's just because it fit the bill. It was a guy named Matt Mays. But as the show went on, I remember when Coheed came on, like it was packed in. Metallica, though, man, that was still such a cool show to see.
Yes.
I've seen Maiden and stuff, but not as big as Metallica, man. That was
you said Coheed. I remember that I watched Metallica in Rock in Rio. Yep. So there was the biggest crowd. I think 150 people. So much bigger. It's the biggest festival here in Brazil. And in 2010, I watched Wacken in Germany.
Oh, man, yeah.
It's really, really huge and amazing vibes.
Yeah, man. I'd love to go to Wacken someday, but
it's amazing. And I like to go to Hellfest too.
Oh, that's the French one, right?
Yes. I believe these days they are the next lineup. It's amazing.
All right, I think that leads us to the next part of this, where we're talking about Kamala. Your band has actually has been to France. Why don't you tell us how did you get into touring over in Europe, and can you tell us a little bit about like your experience there and how the shows went and stuff?
Yeah, for sure. The first tour was just 10 years after that I formed the band. So we took a long time. last month Kamala made 18 years old. So
Wow.
we took 10 years to make the first tour. I believe that you really can make this early, but it's a learning process. And after that, we came to already in 8 countries. So we made Portugal, Spain, France, a lot of France gigs, Belgium, Germany, Switzerland, Netherlands, and Poland
Wow.
until now. So, but we have a lot of fans in France. We made a full French tour once, and the other tour was 14 gigs in France and 2 in Belgium. So we had a lot of base fans in France.
That's how did you develop like such a fan base in France? Like how did that? Do you know how that came to be?
I believe because of the second tour, because on the first tour we made just one gig in France on Montpellier, and it was during the week. And that time we took a book agency, but was not good at all. But it's good to learn and start the process. And since our second tour, I organized all the gigs. And I have a really close friend called Cedric. He played guitar in Have Action. And long time ago, he discovered Kamala on download websites. And we keep the contact. And after that, I say, man, I would start to organize some gigs. You have some contacts to share with me, and one contact share with another, and we became really good friends and family. But also we have a lot of friends in Belgium, in Germany, in Switzerland. We made Switzerland for the first time on the last tour, but we are a big metal family, so we are working on that. And next year, fingers crossed, we will make our seventh tour there.
Seventh tour.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yes.
super cool. Now you gotta tour Canada, and then you'll find out that there's not as many metalheads here compared like South America. What was the band? I'm trying to think of their name. Destruction. They were like a German thrash band.
Yes.
Well, without saying too much, one of my teachers was one of the parents of one of Destruction's drummers, even though we were in Canada. Yeah. And she would tell me, like, his mother would say, like, yeah, they'll tour. He's not in the band now, but they would tour like South America. But as they come up north, there was like less fans for that style of music. But they would play like Montreal because there's still there's a bigger population up there than down in this end of the country. Same as like Toronto, like there's a bigger just a bigger scene for that kind of stuff there. So those bands get those gigs, but like Europe, it's gonna be like no problem getting those gigs. And South America, you guys love metal. You guys have all kinds of cool stuff.
Yes, but in Brazil, we don't have the culture to watch gigs during the week. This is a big difference of happens in Europe. For example, once we play 7 gigs in 1 week, so Monday to Monday.
Yeah.
So in Brazil, this is impossible. At least a Wednesday or Tuesday gig, but a Monday, and it's impossible to have here. So a Sunday gig is maybe in a big city, but in a small city we will have some problems. So the main difference from me in Europe compared to Brazil is that they have the culture to watch gigs all days of the week, and the gigs start earlier and finish earlier. So they have this culture. So this is really important. Our last tour, we made 16 gigs in 18 days.
Wow.
So only 2 day offs. it's crazy.
Yeah, you must have been tired after that go of it.
Yeah, but I love it.
Oh yeah, but I mean, it'd be super fun at the same time. But yeah, I like the idea when people do gigs early. I sound like an old geezer, but like if I want to go see some bands, like if they're like a small club band, like for example, anybody in Nova Scotia watching this, I'm going to say like the dive bar, Goss's Pub. I can almost guarantee that if Kamala was to play here, you would end up playing at Goss's Pub. The headlining band, it's a dive bar, but the headlining band almost doesn't go on to like midnight. One's maybe like 12:30, you know. So the band, like you want to see like Skullfist or Beyond Creation, it's going to be like way later. I even found South Korea when I lived there. The gigs were earlier because the buses and all that shut down, and most people took the buses and the subways.
Yeah,
and it wasn't so. But here, it's not really the same thing. So everything's late in North America. And
okay.
It's a little bit different, but and Goss's Pub, just to kind of put that in perspective, the stage is tiny. You're gonna like it's an intimate show, I'll tell you that. You're like right there, but you get like that's where the death metal bands and all that stuff usually play. Though the last gig, did I see? No, not the last one I saw, but back a couple years ago, like when like Skullfist and those bands were coming here, it was always like Goss's, except one. Did you ever listen to Black Crown Initiate?
No.
Okay. They're a pretty cool band. They're like in the death metal realm of death. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Maybe progressive death metal? I don't know how to describe it. They came here with some like tech death bands like Inferi. And it was Inferi, Warforged, and it was supposed to be a Veil of Nath, but they canceled, unfortunately. But that was at a different one. But they're always like small shows. And we're finally getting shows back soon. We're gonna get Judas Priest and Sabaton.
Oh,
that's gonna be really awesome. That's gonna be a wicked one. Well, okay, so next up, might as well get talking about what are we all here for? It's guitars and all that kind of stuff. Raphael, you are endorsed by a handful of companies, including Solar Guitars and Evertune and stuff. Why don't you talk about that? Tell us, how did you start getting these endorsements? Like, what drew you to Solar?
Okay. First of all, I took many years to have companies endorse me, and I make the same, because I really believe that both sides, we need to believe in each other. So
exactly,
I have some deals in with other brands that offering me stuff, but I don't believe the brands. I have a good gear at that time, and to be endorsed and became an official artist with you. First of all, you really need to believe that brand or that product change your playing for a good side. So I am a big fan of Ola and of everything he made for the guitar community. And when he released his brand Solar Guitars, I say, I really wish one day to have one. And after I got my first Solar, I sent an email and say, the guitar is amazing. It's the most comfortable guitar that I ever played. At that time, I have my first with Evertune bridge, and I became a Solar artist. Few I think 1 month or 2 months after sending this email to Luis, and Solar Guitar opened the gates. So I am from the heart very thankful from them. I love the brand. I don't want to have another guitars in my life, because I really, every time that I pick the guitar, is lovely feeling to have. And after that, I send an email to Evertune and say, I got a Solar with Evertune and the bridge is amazing. So it took me a lot of helped me a lot of on tours. For example, we make the sound check, and the venue is empty, and after that, when people came, usually with a normal guitar, we need to check the tuning. I play very hard on my right hand. So I recorded my first album with Solar and Evertune. Is the next Kamala album that maybe will be released this year or next year. It's done, but we are searching for labels. But when I recorded the full album in one day, because I practice a lot of the songs, but I don't need to check the tuning all the time. It's perfect. So I sent an email to Evertune and say, the bridge is amazing. I really wanted to become an official artist because changed my life as Solar. And during this pandemic, release a new company, Bogren Digital.
Yes.
So they are amazing. And I don't use amplifiers for 4 years or more. I have my Helix from Line 6, but I not endorsed by them yet. I really believe you to become a Line 6 artist because I use Line 6 since 2007. So it's many years using Line 6, and I really like the brand, but not yet. I believe one day, I hope. And I checked the Bogren Digital Impulse, and they are killer. And I send the email, say they are the best impulse that I ever used in my life. They are so clear, so punchy, so they call mix ready. So I made the recordings and the cover stuff on my YouTube channel. It's amazing, and have a great feedback by them too. They really believe in me, as all the brands. And the last brand that I became an official artist is the School Strings.
Oh yeah, that's super cool.
Yeah, it's from France.
Yeah,
and I know School Strings because of Kamala tours. Yep. So many artists use School Strings. The strings are great, and have a string that I can develop my gauge and my playing, because I use a drop D tuning.
Yep.
But I like to mix the strings, so it was really good to be able to create my strings set signature. So they are stainless steel strings, and they sound amazing. They have a great attack. So I just became an official artist for the bands from the brands that I love and trust, because they made the difference on my playing. Yep. So many artists took the brands just to add the logo, but for recording and for tourings they use another gear. I don't
You don't
know why. No. For me, if I took the brand and the brand took me, we work together to help each other. So this is need to be the main point.
Exactly. And I like that. You're actually loyal to the brands that you're endorsing.
Totally.
And you're honest too, because there are, even if you think you're not an influence on someone, you can be an influence on people. They want to know that if your name's on that, they want to know that you're using that. It's not like, well, I'm actually using Bauer strings. You know. But I've heard of Skull Strings, and I swear I think you're like the third person maybe on this channel now that is endorsed by Skull Strings, because Pat Garrett, I believe, is Graves of the Innocent, and Daryl is also an artist of Skull Strings. I've never seen Skull Strings in my life, although I am friends with Gwen on Facebook. She shared one of my videos once, and I know Bogren Digital loves you, because if you're in my videos, they always
they
they comment back. They're like, Raphael. They're like, yeah. So I know they really like you because I'll see them commenting. And you
the same from you.
Yeah, you got me into the Bogren digital IRs as well, and I do use those. Some.
Yes.
Now, I'm not a hardcore IR user and stuff. I'm doing a demo of some free ones coming up, but they were from a small YouTuber. They're actually made by just a guy on the internet. But the Bogren digital stuff is awesome. I really like them. And what I do, if I'm recording something myself, I'll actually I have those sitting there and I just go, boom, I have an IR quickly. And the cool thing with Bogren Digital with those IRs is that they all will sound good if I need something in a hurry. I may change the IR out later to a different one in the pack. But at least I know that I can, there's a few of them I know that I can just grab and put there. If I'm too lazy to switch cables around or something, I actually play with a cab most of the time in the room instead of a not all digital. It's just me. But the Bogren stuff is killer, and the Solar stuff is killer. I mean, me and you kind of met a lot because of Solar guitars and because we were in those jams and all that stuff. And I can attest, I do like the Evertune bridges and all that kind of stuff as well. Yeah, and they're killer. And some people like to say you can't bend on an Evertune. That's baloney. That's absolute baloney. Now, you're primarily a 6-string player? Do you play 7-string at all?
I already play it, but I am 6 strings man. Maybe I could have a 7th string or. Like Quincy, Quincy, he used 8-string Solar guitar, but I really like the comfort of using the 6 strings and to create the songs. But on the third Kamala album, I used 7 strings, but I prefer to drop the tunings inside my Helix, for example. For on my solo EP. We have 2 drop D songs, 1 drop C, drop B, and drop A. All drop it on Helix.
And it works.
Because perfect. Because I use the Evertune and to change all the tension, all the stuff we took a lot of time. So the Line 6 release uploaded Polycapo. And even the bass on my EP was recorded on my guitar.
Yeah, you're not the first person to say that to me. That's cool.
Because the Helix have the dark glass and all the bass stuff. And have the album 100% tuning, make the sound powerful, in my opinion. So I play bass also. But I wanted to save some time and keep the 100% tuning. So I use the guitar and drop on the Helix and sounds really good. All the Sunday with Ola videos and all the collabs that I made is the same. I play the bass on the guitar, and when I send the file from the producer that worked with us, the Ricardo Biancarelli, is the producer of next Kamala album, of my solo album. He's on Studio Fusa. He said, Rafa, sounds like a bass. I say, yes, it's really cool. So technology is here to help, to save money, and to have a good quality. Because back on the days, the digital stuff was weak, or sounds like a B. And for example, impulse response, they came not to simulate something. They came with natural speakers, natural room, good microphones, and a huge producer like Jens or like Christian Cole. They released a Christian Cole pack.
Yes, they did.
They have a lot of logic and gear to make sound great. So that cab punchy is now available for a really, really good price. So is here to help all the guitar community, the producers, and they release a drum sample packs. Sounds killer. So I believe that Bogren became they are developed more and more segments to help the people to have good quality with awesome price. So it's here to make things sounds better. I always say it sounds better, the better word will become.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, you got me into those IRs, and there was a sale at the time where they had a sale, and then you had a discount code. So
yeah, we still have
and like you still have the discount code.
Yes. If anyone that are watching, just type Kamala 15. Now these days we have 10% in all the products, so you can buy all the packs or also the drum samples that are the latest release.
Yeah, and this is not sponsored by any stretch, by the way. We're literally just talking. This happened to come up. This was not actually planned, and but we've both used these IRs. I mean, I've got videos showing it, but Raphael has videos showing it. We're not here to be like, oh yeah, it's like Bogren did not tell us to say this stuff. We're literally we've used it ourselves, and this is just conversation. That's never actually have come up before, but this is just something that happened. So I just wanted to just clarify that with everybody. But no, they're good, and I'm not endorsed. So there you go. And I paid for them out of my own pocket. So
it's like a pub chat we are doing here. We are talking about music, about gear.
Exactly.
So it's totally natural, and it's a pure organic stuff.
All right. Now I gotta ask. Well, there's obviously no solar acoustic. What's the acoustic guitar you have behind you?
Like from France.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
You'll have to show us. Oh, you've got two of them. Oh, okay. Ooh. So what's
this is a nylon strings that I use to play bossa nova.
Nice.
Or flamenco stuff that I really like, and this one is a very old Eagle.
Okay. I wasn't sure.
It's like a Ovation.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
And it's not.
Not. But fingers crossed to make one day. I don't know if Solar release acoustic guitar. Imagine acoustic guitar with this.
With that big solar headstock. Yeah, I know.
Oh.
How many solars do you have now? 3?
Two. I use all with Evertune now, and I really believe only Evertune since forward. I really wish to have the new T.
Yes.
The Telecaster. It's amazing. So it's on my wish list. That golden AB that Ola used, it's wonderful. And also I really like the A and the S. The last one that I got is this S.
Oh, yes. I almost bought that one once.
It's really, really beautiful. And also I have my A model. So
yep. I got A models. So
yeah, you have the aged wood, right?
I have the natural distressed ones from. Oh man, I bought them like back in 20. Oh, one I bought was from. Oh, they were all from 2019, but mine was B stock. My 6 string's a B stock, and it was incredible. So I play it all the time. I actually just got back into playing the 7 string one. Is that like I was like every so often I'm like it's got a big scale on it, and then I play it. I was like, man, it's the easiest thing to play. Oh, it's great. It's a killer guitar. And for those 3 people that are listening to me now, yes, I'm working on our demos with it. You just have to be patient. I seem to write with the 7 string. So, but what I like about the Solars is how easy they play.
Yes,
It's just
yes, they are so comfortable.
they have a feel to them that's really good, a nice modern touch, and that's why I think why Solar did really well coming off the bat. And it's not just because of Ola, but it's because they at the price point they were. I mean, they're mass-produced guitars. Okay, they're not like Kiesel or something like that, but the price point and the features balanced out pretty good. Even like I only have the 1 series, so I've never played the 2 because you don't see them around here too much. But you know, stainless steel frets, which I love.
Yes,
and their Evertune option. Really, before Solar, the only other real Evertune option that was around in mass-produced guitars was ESP LTD.
Yes, yeah,
and then and I'm not here to knock them. I love ESP LTD. I'm not endorsed, so I can be like, yeah, I love all these guitars and stuff. But I mean, the reason me and you are playing the Solars and the Evertunes all the time, you know, it's because we don't waste the time tuning. It's like it works. You pick up and it works, and it's good. So that's the main thing there and stuff too. Now I'll have to try a set of those skull strings someday now.
Yes.
All you guys are telling me how much you love them. So
yes, it's really great.
Yeah. Anyway, so when you record, what DAW are you using these days?
What? Sorry?
What DAW, like what recording software do you use?
I use from home stuff, the Reaper.
Yep.
Only as the Line 6, my Helix as a interface. Only that. So even for the Run to the Hills videos, I use the Line 6 output with the iRig. And directly on my phone. So I use this to make the live streaming on Instagram also. So sounds really good, and I can mix. The only problem is when I'm playing using this, I can't talk to the people. It's only. But when I want to talk, I just take off. So it's easy.
Oh, wow. Okay, I've never used that. My iPhone jack is unfortunately loose. And so when I'm driving now and I go around the corner, this phone goes shoo, and then the cord goes boom. And I was like, I was listening to that. That was the cool part of the song. That's really cool, though, on the iRig thing. That's cool. That's a little bit of insight on all the gear you're using to record and the DAW that you're using. Most of us, I think, are using Reaper or Studio One these days. And they're super great.
Cubase. Yeah, exactly. Cubase. Now these days, I'm working now on next 2 Kamala singles that we're gonna release this year. So I can record it at the same time with the USB, 2 different IRs and the raw track.
The DR.
If I need to, So if on one performance, I have 3 options to have to blend or to process with another Bogren Digital IR. So and also the good point is every RR by Bogren Digital are great to blend. So they sound killer alone, and they sound killer when you blend them. So it's really, really cool. So wait, because maybe in August or September we're gonna release the first single, and the next one maybe in December, I believe.
That's
with
super
the videos.
Awesome. So yeah,
they sound brutal.
We'll keep an eye out for that. So now obviously you're doing YouTube and all that stuff these days, and that's all a very big time consuming process. And make sure you guys subscribe to Raphael if you have not before, because he's out there too. But on Instagram you have 10,000 followers. So one of the things that I really struggle with is growing a following. For somebody coming up trying to do music and stuff, trying to get a following on some platform, what tips do you have to give somebody that's trying to, grow their social media? 10,000 is no joke.
Because this was good because of the brands, because I'm work with music since when I was 18 years old. So I was that guy that release albums, release singles, and make gigs. That's it. So my social media stuff don't have good numbers. So to join Solar, I start I need to improve this. I need to update myself. So I study film stuff, editing stuff. And after, I have now these days a lot of awesome brands that I love. I keep motivated to working for them to have a good quality promotion. And at the same time, you need to have this click. So during this pandemic, I have my YouTube channel, but I just upload 2 or 3 videos before sign with them. So now I release in 1 year almost 150 videos on YouTube, my personal channel and Kamala channel. And I have the idea to make the Run to the Hill series that is also really cool stuff, because I made 200 daily videos. So 200 days ago, I have this idea to motivate people playing guitar. So the idea is just that boy learning riffs in his room and connecting to the music and enjoying to play and learn to play very different types of guitar players. And I receive a lot of messages of people, oh, this is great. You have the motivation I starting to make my videos. And one of the last messages that I received, the guy say, you have the determination to make this 200 days daily. So I really have the determination.
Okay. I thought maybe it said Terminator.
Yeah, no, it's determination. It's a Kamala track. So I really believe music is what I have goosebumps like now, is what motivates to be a better person, a better husband, a better band member, a better teacher, a better son. So music is my life. So I sleep and wake up with music and try to say, oh, why can I do today to make the difference for my life and for other people? So I receive people that got some products of the brands that I use. I receive people that start to making videos because of me. And if you compare, I start to play guitar and make videos because of other artists. Be this person now is the better feeling that I can have. Be the people that be the person that make the people took the guitar and play. Because first of all, it is work, is stressful, but need to be fun. Your heart need to be there. You need to enjoy each moment, because now these days, because of the pandemic, we have I lose a good friend because of COVID. I lost the count of many people that pass away and suffer because of that. So we are on this dark moment. We can make gigs. So why we cannot be the point of a light and to keep the positives and keep the people productive, to learn, to enjoy, to clean yourselves into music. So this is the main point to me. So music is passion.
Do it for the love of it, not for the followers. And then if you do it for the love of it, then the people will eventually come along.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, it's be a natural stuff. If your heart is there, if the quality is good, so the people will follow to watch your videos. So first of all, make with your heart, make your true, and also make with quality. Because if you have a shit video or a shit movie or or audio quality, the people on the beginning they can join, but a lot of people are posting every day. So you at least have to have a good quality of content to make people connect to your art. And after that, the people will search my band, my solo album, the brands. So it's all I really believe and wanted to keep this organic. I don't pay for followers. I don't. So the people are the feedback that I'm doing right. I need to learn something. I need to update myself. So because of this pandemic, I have the click. I say, oh, I am so delayed on virtual world. So the word is this. We are connecting right now because of the internet. So why I can keep that guy that release album, make gigs, I hope soon as possible, and also work, have a good work in streaming or social media. Why cannot have both? And so this is what I try to have to give the best tip for the people. First of all, put your heart inside there, make with truth. If it was stressful, okay, make another day. You don't need to make every day. So you need to make when you want to make, and the things will happen naturally. So that's it, the main tip.
Yeah, and don't force your art, is basically what you're saying. And do it for the right reasons. Things happen. Well, this should happen the right way. That's hopeful.
Yes.
All right. We're kind of running out of time at this point. Let's wrap up. If there's anything like that, I don't know, as Brazil, what would you consider your favorite Brazilian metal band ever?
Easy. Sepultura.
It's Sepultura all the way. Now, other than Sepultura and your band, what band that somebody like me, not your band, but like somebody like me or someone else that's not in Brazil, who would you recommend for us to check out as another Brazilian rock or metal band? For sure, we have Angra, we have Crisium, we have now Crypta, that is a new band, but they came from Nervosa. We have a lot of bands in Brazil, so the Brazilian metal scene have a lot of good bands. So you can search on Spotify. They, for example, sing, oh, this sounds similar like to this. So we have many good Brazilian bands, and it's impossible just say one. We have Project 46. They are amazing. So many good Brazilian bands to people enjoy metal. So we are lucky, but at the same time, the problem here is that the country is too big, so it's very expensive to make tours. And we are delayed compared to United States, Canada, or Europe, or even Asia. For example, with the Japanese or the South Korean, the metal scene here have the public, but the people need to learn about to enjoy gigs during the week. We have the economy problems right now because our coin is weak right now. So for buy a merchandise is expensive. For even the pandemic, or the people go to the show, or they buy a beer, or they support a band with the merchandise. In Europe, the people really have this culture to buy the products to help the bands. The people here in Brazil need to learn more about this. Even the independent bands, they need the supports, and a lot of Brazilian people already have this in mind. I bought directly from the band. Is the best way that I can help them. So I really believe that we need to keep working. For now these days, Kamala
have a better feedback outside of Brazil. It's normal. It's the same that happened with Sepultura. It's the same that happened with Crisium, Angra. So it's a normal, because we sing in English. So we want to play every country that is possible. So I really hope that we can make our first Canadian tour as soon as possible.
Super cool.
So yeah.
Getting into Canada. Canada's another country where it's expensive to travel too, like across the whole thing.
Big.
It's like I haven't seen even I've seen like a fraction of it. Of that.
It's huge.
It's just a huge country and stuff.
Yes.
But I mean, that's just how it is. I mean, weeknight shows, there's a few, and then last time it's because of working and stuff here. It's like, Monday night light's probably not going to work. Though, if it's big enough show, I want to go bad enough, I will go. I'll make sure that I make sure I get there, because the next show that I'm going to is a Tuesday night, and I'm going.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. I'm still going. I want to see Sabaton, man.
Oh, cool.
Anyway, so, and I mean, I've seen Priest like 4 times. Raphael, this was awesome to have you on the channel today. This is a really fun conversation and stuff. Guys, if you have not checked out Raphael, he's on Instagram. He does, like I said, Run to the Hills. He posts videos every day. And I mean, I'll cut you slack if you get to 400 and you I need a break for one day. But I feel like you're good. But he posts all the time. He's done Solar Brothers, which shows a lot of people that we know are in those. It's like me. I know Daryl V's in one, and there's all kinds of them. Yeah. And there's all that, and there's the YouTube. So subscribe and stuff. Sorry, I cut you off there. What were you going to say?
No, I made with Pat from Pat Garrett.
Yes, Pat. Graves of the Innocents, awesome. And and we just were in Lee Armitage's Lord of the Riffs 2, I guess I call it that, but it had a big name. That was super cool to see that. And you were on my channel. You've been on there before. We've all been working back and forth. So you've got all that. So click his subscribe button and stuff. And, well, is there anything else you want to say today, Raphael?
No. Just thank you for inviting me. It's really nice to be here, to connect with more people and enjoy music, play your guitar, put your heart into that. For the Run to the Hills, I never expected that with 200 daily days, I had almost 1 million plays. It's crazy.
That's super cool.
So I have 100,000 plays until now. So it's really good to see a lot of people enjoying music and search your solo work, search every bands and the community that we are here to help each other and to make music and enjoy and bring the music and the positives to their lives. And we are at dark times now, but we can make the difference each day. So
exactly,
use music to clean yourself, to share a friend that could like this artist. So make the difference. Every little movement is movement. So we are here to help each other. Thanks again for inviting me here.
Hey, thank you for doing this. This was really fun. So guys, you know what you do? You click the subscribe button on my channel and his channel. I already said that earlier. It's like the notification bell, all the liking, the subscribing. I've gone over it however many times. Everybody have an awesome day. Thanks again to Raphael Olmos. Check out Kamala. Check out his solo record, Make Riffs, Not War. And we will all see you on our respective channels, whatever collabs and all that kind of stuff coming up. Have a great day, and we will see you around the internet. And hopefully one of these days in your town, or close to, or 1,000 miles away, wherever the shows are. Yeah. All right.
Fingers crossed.
See you all later.